I mean, that situation, I was trying to get some space. I thought I had a layup at first, and I fumbled the ball, and then tried to see where the defense was, and Kevin Love was right on me, and I actually lost a dribble for a hot second, and the only way to get a shot was to keep going back. And I mean, I try all sorts of shots at some point or another, but at that point, it's just feel and let it go, and thankfully it went in. And a big moment where we had a significant lead, we could extend it a little bit and create some separation down the stretch, and it was a cool moment for sure. I mean, we watched the film, and obviously from game one, LeBron had an amazing night, but a lot of it was just a lack of kind of sense of urgency early in possessions to try to just be physical. Klay, Draymond, and KD especially were huge, you know, in that transformation to game two, with just putting up a little bit of resistance and just trying to make them work. And we still had some slip-ups and things we can correct going into game three, but energy and effort and physicality and all that from the jump was pretty, you know, dialed in, and it gave us a lot of momentum and confidence to, you know, have a better start to the game and then sustain that over 48 minutes for sure. We've been doing that for a long time. It's just everything's under a microscope in the playoffs, and especially how teams guard us. You know, with a lot of switching and things like that, you got to find different ways to create space. You can't. ISOs are great, and we have guys that are capable of doing that all across the board. But when we keep the ball moving and keep bodies moving, good things usually happen. So I think that's when we're dialed in offensively, we're really you know, efficient with getting into the paint, kicking it out, finding an open guy, whether it's me, you know, relocating to the corner, or Klay coming off a pin down, or Draymond getting an open three. You know, we've been pretty locked into that type of offense for sure. I mean, it's the finals. I know he's gonna give it every shot to get his body right. Little known fact, I think what's today, Sunday? So Friday, he was getting treatment and still tried to manage to walk out to the court and take a couple shots just to keep his rhythm. But he didn't do much movement. It shows you kind of how much he loves the game and wants to be out there for us as a team and for himself and enjoy this moment. So it's great to have him out there, and I know these next 48 hours are big for him to keep getting recovery and treatment and all that to be ready for game three. I mean, you see it all. He's everywhere. He's a defensive player of the year for a reason. He loves those challenges, loves being in the fight every possession. And he just finds ways to, not only if it's a one-on-one matchup, get a stop, but plug holes in the defense all over the court. So I don't know what much left he has in the tank on that end that anybody hasn't seen. He just continually does it over and over and over again at a high level, making, you know, strong defensive plays to help us get stops and you know, be the defensive team that we've been all, you know, these last 3-4 years, and in this playoff run. That's why the numbers look so good and why we do what we do. Much Ado About Nothing.
Good movie.
It's a great movie. It was big. They were up, what, 10 at the end of the fourth, and he had a big shot off an offensive rebound. Any of the type of those moments, when you can come down and answer and keep the momentum on our side, it's big. Keep the crowd into it. This guy next to me hit a couple of those in game one and tonight as well. So we have to find ways to, you know, combat their mini runs. We're going to especially have to do that on the road. We know how loud it is in that building, so just keep our composure no matter what the score is and find ways to assert ourselves offensively. I mean, regardless of how the season went, that's a pretty cool deal to accomplish, knowing who's held the record for, what was that, probably 6-8 years. But at the end of the day, it's all about trying to get a win and doing whatever you can to make that happen. I always say, like, if we focus on that, good things happen individually all across the board. So I never woke up and was like, all right, let's go get 9 threes and get the record. It's more so just about playing the game the right way, having good intentions out there on the court, and good things happen. So pretty special night, and hopefully some more special things happen to get 2 more wins.